Hey folks, thanks so much for checking into the Neutral Zone Hotel. This is an unapologetically left-leaning podcast that explores hockey at its best and worst. My name's Benjamin, my pronouns are he, him, and I'm thrilled you're joining us at the Neutral Zone Hotel today. I want to introduce you to a couple of my colleagues, starting with SJ.
Hello, I am SJ. My pronouns are they and them, and I am a fan of multiple Seattle sports teams.
We've also got Trevor with us.
Hi, everybody. My name is Trevor. My pronouns are he, him. By the time you hear this, I will be another year older, but I will not be another year wiser because I'm still a fan of the Vancouver Canucks, but also a fan of a team that shall not be named at the current moment.
Yeah, and this is now a podcast devoted entirely to celebrating Cole Caulfield scoring 12 goals so far this season. So if you're not a fan of Cole Caulfield, you can... No.
Do you think they're going to take him to the Olympic team, to the Olympics?
I do not. I think he's going to get snubbed, and I think he's going to go into absolute beast mode on the other side of the Olympic break as a result.
That sounds like wishful thinking.
Isn't that just Nick Suzuki mode?
I think Nick Suzuki makes Team Canada.
Ooh.
So something to keep in mind is there are 3 additional roster slots for the Olympics. They're allowed to play 2 additional players on the ice, remember, in international rules. So there are 3 additional slots, which almost certainly means Suzuki is going. But I think they're going to say Cole Caulfield is too small to play in a rough hockey tournament, and they're going to leave him behind, and it's going to be very funny when they're in overtime against Canada and they need a guy who scores overtime gols.
Oh, so they're scratching Kyle Connor again.
I mean, I think so.
It's funny to hear the Olympics called a rough hockey tournament considering it's IIHF.
Well, it's double IHF rules, but they're playing on NHL-sized ice.
Yeah, so they're still not going to allow as much checking as the NHL does.
I think it's
and they're
going
not going to be fighting.
I think it's going to be pretty similar to the 4 nations without the fighting. Internally, they're pretty aggressive tournaments just because of what's on the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, still,
and
it's silly.
Hockey GMs see a guy who's 5'6" on skates and goes, "Well, that guy can't do it." So yeah, I think Caulfield is going to be an obvious. I think they're going to leave him off, or if they do take him, I think he gets 2 games and does not play in the big games. And I think that. If the USA doesn't win, it's going to be a point of contention after.
And I mean, on the other side of that too, I kind of feel like they're going to leave Celebrini and Bedard off for the same reason. Not necessarily too small, but too young. And that might bite us. I
think they're taking one, but not both.
Problem is, who do you take at this point? They're both.
Celebrini.
Yeah, I guess.
You need centers. Center has more value than a winger.
Isn't Bedard a center?
Yeah, but he plays I thought he played wing mostly this year. I don't know. I don't watch Chicago games. Do you watch?
Yeah, I haven't actually. I haven't watched a lot of Chicago. I've watched a couple. I don't remember, though, what position he was playing.
It would be very funny to have a line of Sidney Crosby and 2 players who basically combined equal his age. But
that actually would be like a Crosby... Celebrini Bedard line would be extremely fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
Or McDavid, Celebrini, Bedard.
Not as great of a storyline, but at the same time still peak. Just hook that in.
All right, we should get on and talk about what's actually on our list of things to talk about. So let's pop over to the PWHL and welcome to the league, the Seattle Torrents, which we talked about in depth last week, and the brand new Vancouver Golden Eyes.
Woo! Quack, quack, quack. Quack, quack, quack. I hear them in the distance. The new Vancouver Golden Knight. Quack, 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 quack.
It is so funny seeing people online talking about why did they name them after a duck, and it's like, hello, Anaheim is right there. They've been there for 30 years. I don't know. People are just finding a reason to be upset over team names, and I don't care for it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
John, I left you a short period of time there where I would like you to go in and plop in the James Bond intro, just like two or three bars of it, please.
Real talk. So the day before preseason opens up, which is this weekend, the Saturday and the Sunday, 7 players of the Golden Eyes are going to do a signing. And it was very tempting for one moment to buy a copy of GoldenEye 007 and get them all to sign it.
I'm sure you won't be the first or last person to make that joke.
Definitely not.
I feel like that only really works if you already have the copy. Like going out and buying it. It's not
that hard to find. There's enough retro game stores out here. It's probably like a $20, $25 game. Wouldn't be that hard to pick up.
I also feel like as a team, they would have no idea what's going on other than I think it would be very confusing for people who grew up after the 64.
I don't think so. I think that's a very famous game, and I bet they have all seen all of the memes by now.
Yeah, like I think it's maybe just a little old and not some. But what I mean is,
they won't get they won't understand the glory of big head mode, but
yeah, no nostalgia for it, right? So,
right. I'm sure they won't be confused.
The thing is, I do not know why you'd want them to sign something that doesn't have that glorious logo on it. Because
so true.
The Golden Eyes logo is A+++, one of the best sports logos in the world. Not just the PWHL, not just hockey. Incredible logo.
Which is a far cry considering how hard you dumpstered the Torrent logo last week.
Yeah, the Torrent logo is bad.
On one hand, you get, hey, let's, get someone from the community in our art department to work on this logo versus toothpaste. Sorry, SJ, but I'm higher on the Torrent logo than most, but I just want the word mark out of there.
I will say that while I'm not the biggest fan of the name, it is growing on me a bit, but they definitely nailed the branding, the visual branding, the colors, the logo. I am very excited to see what the actual jersey looks like because I think it's going to be gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and plus too, seeing as they're the main tenant in their building, they've released images on their social media of center ice with that Golden Eyes logo. Oh, baby.
Yeah, it looks real good.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, it looks real good on the ice.
Slight +1 to them as well for not conforming to a perfect circle and still having the little parts of the eye where like the feathers want to actually poke out from the circle of it. Love it. Can't wait to be there. They
did the same with the Charge logo where it's got the tails. But yeah,
okay.
No, I think it's a fantastic looking logo and it's just a beautiful piece of art. So good job to the Golden Eyes. SJ, you have been quiet this whole time. Are you depressed?
No, it's fine. You guys seem to have a lot to say.
What do you think about
it's a good logo. Yeah, it's fine.
So PWHL training camp has started, and with that, they have also announced the upcoming Takeover Tour. So it is the largest yet Takeover Tour with 16 games, which is quite a lot.
Double last season. You basically took year 1 and multiplied it by year 2, and that's what you got now, which is wild, but it's also great to see them spreading it out.
I mean, also, there are multiple cities getting 2 games. 2 games for Halifax, 2 games for Chicago, 2 games for Edmonton.
And Detroit.
And 2 games for Detroit. So that's actually... 2 games for Denver as well. So they may... Wow, dog just slammed his paw down on the keyboard. Thanks, puppy. Really
He's got
helping.
thoughts.
Yeah, he just doesn't understand why they're going to Denver twice.
Wow.
No,
See, that's the one that doesn't surprise me at all.
No,
What-
not surprising to me
betraying
either.
Madison and Emily.
No kidding.
I thought it was interesting how many cities they are going to twice. Clearly, I also was very surprised to see because you have to think that what they're doing is testing expansion markets.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was rather surprised to see Halifax on there as well as Winnipeg. I think it would be awesome if they went to those cities, but I guess I don't know what their criteria is, right? Because like, why would you go to Halifax but not Quebec City? Or is
But
Quebec
they are going to Quebec City.
They're going to a takeover team in Quebec City, but
why put a team there?
If they were going to expand in Quebec City, they could have done it this year. Like, so what's the holdup? Like, is it still do they still think that's the way to go? What is their criteria for expansion really?
Well, and we've been talking about this for a couple of years, but I think that expansion this year is likely to be one team in the West, one team in the East, and we finally get conferences next year with Minnesota moved to the West.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, hold on. If it's 1-1, then who else moves? You got Minnesota blank, and then 2 other West. You need 2 West teams to make a nice
you
division.
You could do 4
of 5.
and 6.
You could. But we probably also just like quickly go over like the schedule because we've kind of glanced over like the double dates and some of the other cities that get one, but like specifically like who's going where and like what cities get what. Because it's pretty exciting. I've been texting people about it here and there and hearing from fans in other markets that are excited. So
I just realized that when the dog slammed his paw down on my keyboard, he stopped my backup recording. So
it's all on Craig now.
Yeah, it really is.
I've got the schedule up right now if we want to go through it.
Yeah. So kicks off December 17th in Halifax with Montreal versus Toronto. With the logical matchup, of course, for Nova Scotia with Blair Turnbull, captain of the Scepters, versus Corey Chevry, the coach of the Victoire. So I think that is a great way to kick that off.
One other fun caveat about that, too, is we found out that apparently the province of Nova Scotia is sponsoring this game.
They'll sponsor anything that's got good tourism.
And yet, well, they didn't sponsor the other one.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Nova Scotia. They don't have that much money.
All right, fair enough.
Which rink are they playing in?
They're playing at Scotiabank Center, which is where the Mooseheads play. So it's about a 10,500 person arena in downtown Halifax.
Have you been there?
I have been there many times.
Tell us about it.
It is a old but serviceable arena. Okay. It is right by Citadel Hill. So you have to go up the hill to get to it. And there are many fine bars and hotels near it. I don't know. It's in downtown Halifax. It's a fun place to be. Okay. But yeah, it's a perfectly fine arena. I think they've improved the seats since the last time I've been there, which is good. It's like I said, it's 10,000, so it's a good size, but it still feels pretty intimate. I'll just say this: TD Place reminds me a lot of Scotiabank.
Okay.
Although TD Place is older and a little bit crappier.
Something about having a football arena cut through half of your roof, kind of,
Yep.
All right. Game 2.
Yeah, so that's Sunday, December 22nd, Ottawa versus Minnesota at the All-State Arena in Chicago. So this is not where the Blackhawks play. This is the Northern Arena by the airport, by O'Hare. And it's where a lot of the out-of-town stuff goes, like wrestling's always there and stuff.
This is where the Chicago Wolves play, the AHL team.
Yep.
So a fully fledged AHL facility.
Yep. it should be. I think it's got a decent hockey size. Let me pull it up.
It's also got a good matchup, too, with a rematch from the Walter Cup Finals last year. With the podcast's beloved Ottawa Charge versus the Minnesota Frost.
16,692 for ice hockey.
Yeah, so that should be fine.
Yeah, that's good. Plus, again, if the PWHL wants to expand out there, that's probably where they're going to go.
I mean, this is the logical place. Putting it in United Center would be a heck of an ask with the basketball team there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Allstate is a very busy arena otherwise, so it would be interesting if they do decide to go there and they do put a team there. It will be interesting, but ultimately, that's the only place in Chicago one can go.
I do wonder if they got if Chicago submitted an expansion proposal, and that's why they're getting 2 games to like really test it out.
I wouldn't be surprised. Chicago loves sports, and they've been a great hockey market for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
December 27th, Minnesota versus Vancouver at Rogers Place in Edmonton.
This one's very interesting to me because on one hand, you've got the dastardly Minnesota and Vancouver is your only Canadian representative in Edmonton. But then you're also asking Edmontonians to cheer for a Vancouver team. That's a tough ask.
Yeah, but you've got Alberta's own Emmerich Smashmeyer.
That's very true.
I think that the Golden Eyes are going to pick up quite a few fans in Alberta this season.
We'll see, because Edmonton seems to be also a lock for expansion, so I'm kind of curious to see how...
I don't think it's a lock.
Oh, you don't think so?
I think it's going to be either Calgary or Edmonton.
Well, we haven't had a game in Calgary yet, so we don't know what that market's going to look like.
But they're going to play there.
The lock in the West for me is Denver.
Yeah, that's fair. I was just saying, because if you got Denver, you got Edmonton that's at least in the time zone, so you got the nice little duology there. You keep one Canada, one America, which seems to be their MO so far. And Edmonton also showed up pretty well last season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like I don't doubt that Edmonton is in the running. I just don't think it's a cert. I think Denver is the lock.
I think they need 2 central time zone teams to make the broadcasters happy. And it's all about broadcasting time zones.
And they're more likely to pick an American team because they want an American TV deal.
Speaking of central time zone, though, and this is the first big surprise for me coming up.
Yeah, so Seattle versus New York will face off at American Airlines Center in Dallas, the home of the Dallas Stars for now, but that is a conversation we'll have another week.
Mm-hmm. Fair point. Dallas was not on my radar at all. If we had talked about this earlier about what cities we would expect to get a takeover, Dallas was nowhere near my bingo card.
I think that this is a pick that's very much in line with their St. Louis pick last year. And I'm not sure the St. Louis game like drew as well as they were hoping. And I'm wondering if maybe they're hoping for better results in Dallas.
So a couple things to consider. The first is that Dallas is a very large city. Like, it is a huge city. It's way bigger than St. Louis.
Oh yes, it's also multiple cities. It's the Fort Worth Metroplex is also enormous.
Yes, exactly. The second thing to keep in mind is that the Stars sell very well. Hockey is very popular there as a result of the success of the Stars. And the third thing to keep in mind is that there is a multi-seat arena called Fair Park Coliseum that seats 8,500. It's not currently hosting basketball, but it used to host the Dallas Blackhawks a long time ago, but I believe it is still capable of hosting hockey. So
Where is it?
it's in Fair Park.
Well, I don't know where that is.
Regardless, so maybe not a next
South
year
Dallas,
thing, but like
apparently.
maybe like give them a
Oh,
few
South
years
Dallas.
to fix it up, and you maybe got an expansion mark in about 5 years or so.
Well, I think there are reasons why they're exploring Dallas, and like let's just be clear, Dallas has proven to be a very good hockey market. The Stars have done very well financially. They have a lot of fans. They've built up enough youth hockey in Texas that there's now a lot of competition. Like it's actually a scandal how much competition for the ice there is. So when you put all that together, it does kind of make sense. Like there is demand in Texas, and there's good business reasons and taxation reasons why you might want to be there as a league. It is a cheaper place to hire people. You pay less taxes. So I think they're looking at this and saying this is an arena we want to explore, an area we want to explore. I expect to see a couple more surprises like this. There's no reason why next year they can't go to a place like Phoenix, or why they can't go to a place like Tampa Bay or even Miami. There's arenas there, and they're not all being used. So
The PWHL Southern strategy.
yeah. I mean, one day I'm going to do a whole episode on Gary Bettman, and we'll talk a lot about that. And because I think that'll probably be in a couple of years when he actually retires. We'll do a whole thing. It'll be called "Is Gary Bettman a Bastard?" And we'll just go through his record start to finish and see what we think. But talking about the NHL Southern strategy is a big thing. The simple fact of the matter is 100 million people live in the American South. Right? 100 million people live there. Why would you not want to bring them hockey? Hockey is the greatest sport in the world.
That's right.
It is great.
This was the big surprise for me was on Saturday, January 3rd at 2 p.m., Seattle and Toronto will face off at TD Coliseum, formerly known as Copps Coliseum, in Hamilton, Ontario. And this is surprising to me because I do not believe there's any chance in hell they put a team in Hamilton.
Why is that?
You think is this them just throwing the fans a bone out there then?
I think it dissuades people who want to buy the Toronto team in the future. The same reason there's not a Hamilton team in the NHL, even though it would do fine. I think that if you are interested in owning the Toronto Scepters, you want the entire GTA. You want the entire Golden Horseshoe.
I don't think so. I think that they've really limited how many people they can just get in the building as a result of not butts and just from a butts and seats perspective. You only have so many seats for each one of these games, and having two teams doesn't hurt New York. It doesn't hurt. Oh, now I'm blanking on other places that have two teams.
LA.
LA.
Between LA and Anaheim.
Yeah.
So I generally agree with you, but we know for a fact the Maple Leafs have worked extremely hard to keep other teams out of the area.
Well,
going all the way back to the WHA.
They want to maintain their monopoly, but PWHL as a single ownership league doesn't already has a monopoly. Right. And I don't think they're going to have any trouble selling their Toronto franchises. Well, and I don't think having two of them is going to significantly impact the value. It just gives them twice as much to sell.
Who's the logical owner for the team in Toronto? It's ML, it's Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment, right?
I mean, it maybe, but they're not the only one. I mean, what's that guy's name who started the WNBA team? He used to be he's selling his part of the Leafs. Like, there are a ton of sports billionaires in Toronto who'd be interested. And we don't even know if they have what their strategy is going to be around selling franchises.
Larry Tenenbaum
Yeah,
the
that's the
owner of
guy,
Tempo.
Tannenbaum.
Yeah.
You know, they could be trying to attract somebody like him. Not they're
Also-
not, it's not like MLSE has, and Rogers, it has dibs on a team. And I don't think that's a given at all. We don't even know if they're interested. They already own a bunch of teams, and some of them don't make money.
So is the other thing they're considering doing moving the Scepters to an NHL-sized arena that doesn't have an NHL tenant?
How would the Scepters do? I think the Scepters would probably do fine in Hamilton. That would be interesting.
Yeah, as they move, like the Toronto Rock have been back and forth between Hamilton and Toronto for years. And they've just spent a ton of money upgrading the Coliseum. Like they just finished a huge reconstruction, which is why the Hamilton Bulldogs left. So maybe that's the play. See how Hamilton does, and maybe consider moving the team out there once your lease with Coca-Cola is done, because it's they've had Coca-Cola scheduling problems, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah, they got to share that barn with the Marlies.
and the Tempo,
Yep.
so that runs into playoffs. Yeah, it's tough.
And if MLSE, which I believe owns the Marlies, is not, bending over backwards to share that space, like, say, the Kraken are bending over backwards for the Torrent, then maybe it's not a super comfortable arrangement for either team.
I agree. All right. Also on Saturday, January 3rd, Vancouver versus Boston at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, MI. Detroit, M.
I'm happy that the Detroit fans are getting more takeover games, but I just don't see how feasible it will be for a Detroit PWHL team to share a Little Caesars Arena going forward, because that's such a busy arena. It just doesn't seem realistic for them to go to Detroit.
We've talked about that.
Yeah.
For a while. So, I mean, I'm fine to throw them a bone here and there, especially if they keep setting attendance records in the States. But
yeah. I mean, at some point, I think Mark Walter is just going to have to build some arenas.
Well, he's got all that freaking revenue from the World Series now, so...
Yeah, they can just borrow some Dodgers money, right?
I'm not salty. I'm not bitter. Not at all.
That just kind of... Actually, I do wonder, because, at some point, one major advantage of selling either franchises or selling some kind of investment stake in the league is in cash infusions that they can use to do things like make capital investments. It'd be interesting to see what they would do with a cash infusion from investment. I don't think that building arenas is going to happen in the next 20 years, though, unfortunately.
No, we've been over this before, but the only likelihood that the only place they could potentially play is either in Windsor, which would admittedly be very funny, or at USA Hockey Arena, which is 4,500 people, which
yeah, it's too small.
Feels like it's too small.
I think it's certainly too small for that market.
Unless there's another arena I don't know about, and I have looked pretty aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're going to keep getting their games. So January 11th, Ottawa versus Boston, Scotiabank Center, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Halifax gets 2 games.
And yet that's not even the most interesting part about this game for me. It's this is, I believe, the only game where the home team is the opposing country. Like, this is technically a Boston home game, despite the fact that this is in Halifax and they're against a Canadian team. So this is going to be very
sense.
Yeah, Nova Scotians love Boston.
Do they?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been told about this many times.
In 1917, after the Halifax explosion, Boston moved heaven and earth to send nurses, doctors, medical supplies, and the cities have had a hell of a great relationship ever since. Plus, like, Boston is just like Halifax, but bigger. Having been there, it's just a bigger Halifax.
So do you expect this to be a pro-Boston crowd, or do you expect it to be kind of split?
I think it'd be about 50-50.
So then my other question is, do you have any inkling whatsoever of going out to Halifax, to your old stomping grounds, to go cheer on your beloved Ottawa Charge that day?
I'm thinking about it.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to look at it once I get my year-end bonus and see how much money I get out of my stocks. So
sweet.
I might put a little bit of money aside and go home for a bit, have some beers at nine locks, and cheer on the Charge.
Awesome.
We'll see. I definitely am not going to the December game, though.
No.
So, all right. Vancouver versus Montreal, Videotron Center in Quebec City. I do agree with you, SJ. It is weird Quebec City doesn't get 2 games. It is kind of like they're saying the same thing that the NHL has said, which is like, we like you, but we don't love you.
What's interesting to me, aside from that, is the only other time they've doubled up on days, they've got a nice time gap in between for anyone who wants to be watching all of these games. They can at least watch them both. This one's only 2 hours. Yeah. One's 12 Eastern, the other one's 2 o'clock Eastern. So you're kind of dividing your viewing eyes, which for something like the Takeover Tour, I'm not sure if that's necessarily the best thing, but
it's probably just based on when you can get the arenas.
I mean, I figured, but still.
They traditionally do afternoon games on Sundays, and I don't think they want to change that. Washington, D.C. will see Montreal versus New York at Capital One Arena. What do we think about? I don't think Washington, D.C. is in line for an expansion team right now, but...
No. I think this is just another, let's throw them a bone. This is a big market that's loved hockey for a long time, so why not?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, throw a bone. I think it's a legitimate test of the market, but...
Mm-hmm. I mean, if a ton of people show up, I don't see why you wouldn't want to go to D.C.
Washington, D.C. has a lot of people who have a lot of money, and until recently, a lot of those people were women. You know, like, obviously the current government has made some changes, but the fact of the matter is it's a national capital. A lot of people work there, have excess money, very similar to Ottawa.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think it's worth checking out and see how it does. And if it does, great. And if it doesn't, well, then I think it's very similar to Dallas for me, except they don't have even anything close to another arena.
Well, I heard, was it Tien Leonsis was going to go build one over in Virginia. Maybe they can keep.
I think
that's not happening.
There.
Yeah,
that's not happening.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So January 25th, Vancouver versus Seattle and Denver. March 15th is the next takeover game. The gap, obviously, because of the Olympics. New York versus Minnesota, also in Denver. Denver is going to get to see 50% of the teams.
Yeah, that first one's going to be a custody battle for Madison and Emily between SJ and I.
I
know they're going to pick Seattle, but I want to hope that they might have some semblance of love in their hearts for me.
I don't think that's a given. I think they're just going to go and have a really nice time, and then hope it means that Denver is getting a team. So in their hearts, they're going to be rooting for Denver.
Oh yeah. But if you got to pick a team to cheer for, like, unfortunately, they're probably going to cheer for Minnesota in the other game. We know their fandoms.
You can actually go to a hockey game and just cheer for fun.
Yeah,
that's what I do when I go to random 67s games.
Let me make my jokes, goddammit.
Canada Life Center in Winnipeg getting Montreal versus Ottawa, which I think is a good matchup for them. Mm-hmm. Again, this feels like, let's check it out.
Upon seeing this, I texted a friend of mine who moved out there asking, it's like, would you at all be interested? And she's like, I would be. And then an hour later, she's like, so multiple people on my friend Discord have also brought this up. So this might be a thing. So
cool.
Yeah, multiple. I know people who are going to be excited out there. So it filled my heart just a slight bit to be able to spread that. Just be the one, be like, hey, this is a thing. Would you be interested in to see that go well?
Winnipeg is an interesting one because it is absolutely a city where there is enough hockey fans, I think, to support a PWHL team. But once again, there's kind of an arena issue.
Because the Jets share with the Moose there, don't they?
They sure do.
Yeah.
But did they used to share with the Winnipeg Ice before the Ice moved? Were they in that building as well?
Yeah.
Let's look that up right now.
But they're gone now.
Oh, no. Apparently they played in the Wayne Fleming Arena.
Okay.
Whatever that is.
Which is 1,600.
Yeah, so there's the Hockey for All Center, which is exhibits the training grounds. Doesn't seem to have a lot of seats. There's the Max Bell Center, which has 1,600. There's the Civic Center that has 1,500. So not really a city that has a lot of big old hockey arenas. And that seems to be an issue.
Based on what I'm looking, that's the main reason Winnipeg moved to Wenatchee in the first place, is they couldn't get a new arena that was bigger.
Yeah, makes sense.
So.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's kind of an upper limit with sharing some of these busy arenas. Like, you can kind of get away with it for while they're only playing 13 home games. But if they're going to want to expand the season eventually, and they're going to hit a point when they start having real scheduling issues. And then at that point, it's like, okay, well, either find a new arena or find a new city. And I don't necessarily think they're going to want to go to places where the scheduling issues in the long term are extremely apparent.
Yeah, and there are less other events at Canada Life Center because Winnipeg is not always a destination, but it's still very challenging. But I think it's definitely, you want to maybe serve Canadian markets with the Takeover Tour. So why not?
Yeah, absolutely. It's basically free money.
Yeah. New York versus Seattle, March 25th. We'll face off in Allstate Arena. We've kind of already talked on that. March 28th, New York, Montreal, Little Caesars. April 1st, Toronto versus Ottawa in Calgary at the Scotiabank Saddle Dome.
Well, that is an April Fool's joke.
The Saddle Dome is in rough shape.
Yes.
Yep.
Although at least they are. Have they broken ground? They've broken ground, right? On the new arena. I could have sworn they had.
I think so.
So it's going to be soon. But again, they shove three different. They're already playing three teams, three hockey teams.
The Hitmen, the Wranglers, and the Flames. Yeah.
Yeah, all in that arena. And I don't think Calgary has another arena of like the 10,000 seat-ish size. I could be wrong. Which actually Edmonton is also Rogers Place is place.
No,
center,
Edmonton
place?
has a 6,000 seat arena. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we looked this up.
I don't remember. I assume if I don't remember, then our audience also doesn't remember.
So there's Father David Bauer Olympic Arena, which is 1,750. The NMP Community Center, which does not seem to have that much, maybe 1,000. Max Bell does 3,000. Yeah, there isn't another arena in Calgary. And I believe the Saddle Dome is being torn down, which it should be, because it's dumb. So they will have the same issue. There's nowhere to actually put the team.
Yeah.
All right. Then the final one is Boston versus Vancouver, again in Edmonton, Rogers Place. It's Vancouver. They're getting 2 Vancouver games there. That's really good.
Yeah. Like we said earlier, they're really kind of leaning into Vancouver being their home team. Are there any cities that we're surprised got left off the tour? Because I've got one that I'm it was more kind of hoping for Friends, but I'm also still surprised they kept off. And another one that's close to it that after some discussion was like, yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go there.
You know what? I'm surprised they haven't gone to California.
That's exactly where I was going. I'm surprised they didn't go to Los Angeles.
Like anywhere there are, they could have gone to San Jose or Anaheim or LA.
Like it's the biggest metro market except for New York. I'm not going to pretend to know state's geography. All I know is LA is like way up there, if not the number one.
LA
and then
big city.
Las Vegas is also one as well that I'm surprised they didn't try out, especially considering how much Vegas has embraced their sports teams lately, and also women's sports. And also, like, it's not quite in the California area, but it's close enough that you could still probably get a lot of people willing to go.
Yeah.
So, like, they did south with Texas, but I'm surprised they didn't go full southwest.
Yeah, maybe they just haven't decided to go southwest yet. Be interesting. Yeah. I definitely would not be surprised if we see some California stops in the coming years.
Yeah. But I'm just mainly bringing that up because I know I have a couple friends down there who would kill to go. And as soon as it came out that they weren't getting one, I had a couple of discussion with them that involved a lot of crying emojis and sadness.
Aww.
So I feel for them, you know?
All right, folks. We're going to segue into a game here. So I've put this together for Trevor and SJ. This game is called Hockey Stuff by the Third Line of their Wikipedia page. It's not a very good name, but that's okay.
We'll workshop it.
We'll workshop it. So there are 4 categories. You pick the category. I'm going to give you the next clue. You can steal, but the other person gets the chance. You do not lose points or anything. And they are roughly arranged hardest to least hard. So your categories are superstars, hardware, tournaments, and hockey-related items.
Okay.
So SJ, you get to go first. Which category would you like to pick?
I would like to pick hockey-related items.
Okay, so in case it's not clear, the sentence I'm going to read you is the third sentence from this item's Wikipedia page. All right. They are all designed to serve the same function a ball does in ball games.
What are pucks?
Yeah, it's not, you don't say what are.
We don't answer your question. I applaud the effort.
Yes.
It sounds like a Jeopardy clue. Is all I'm saying.
It's very true.
It does. Yeah. So this is a hockey puck. Way to go, SJ. You did it.
Woo!
All right, Trevor, which category would you like?
Give me tournaments, please.
Sure. 8 teams from each of the league's 2 conferences qualify for the playoffs based on regular season point total.
Stanley Cup playoffs?
That is the Stanley Cup playoffs. You got it. I promise they get harder as you go, but the first ones are easy.
Well, I assume these are the 100 level clues.
Yeah, and there's 6 in each category. All right, okay. SJ, which one would you like?
I would like hockey-related items for 200, please, Alex.
Yeah, but you don't get more points. I just got to emphasize, it's not Jeopardy. The boot is generally made of molded plastic, leather, often synthetic, ballistic nylon, or a thermoformed composite material.
What are hockey skates?
It is hockey skates, that's right.
Sorry, I just saw SJ like kind of grinning, and as soon as you stopped it, I just saw the grin just like fall. I'm like, oh, uh-oh.
All right, Trevor, which category would you like?
Let's go superstars.
All right. He is the leading career point scorer and assist producer in NHL history and has more assists than any other player has total career points.
Oh, it's the traitor, Wayne Gretzky.
I mean, I was going to accept the traitor, but that's okay. SJ, you pick a category.
I'm going to stick with hockey-related items.
All right. It is a rectangle with rounded corners and surrounded by walls approximately 1.22 meters high called the boards.
Ice rink or hockey rink?
Yes, it is a hockey rink. You got it. All right, Trevor, pick a category.
Let's go tournaments. Second one on there.
All right. This tournament is somewhat unique amongst NCAA sports, as many schools which otherwise compete in Division II or Division III compete in this tournament.
I don't know if there was like a whole name for it. I just know it as like the finals being the Frozen Four. I don't know if that's related to it at all.
I'll accept the Frozen Four.
Sweet. Thank you.
It's the Division I tournament.
Gotcha.
SJ.
Hello.
More hockey-related items?
We're going to finish out this category.
Okay, well, you don't get to say that yet, but changes made over time include the addition of a string mesh in the pocket of it and substantially more palm and wrist protection.
The goalie glove, catchy bit.
Goalie glove? Goalie glove slash trapper.
Oh, a trapper. Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
I've never heard it called that before.
Absolutely what it is called all the time. Go ahead, Trevor, pick one.
All right. One category we haven't touched yet again.
Hardware.
Yeah, let's do hardware.
This trophy was commissioned in 1892 as the Dominion Hockey Challenge Cup, and it is named after some guy, the Governor General of Canada, who donated it as an award to Canada's top-ranking amateur ice hockey club.
That would be the good old Stanley Cup.
It is the good old Stanley Cup. SJ, you want some more hockey-related items?
Yes.
This piece is especially critical to goaltenders, especially ice hockey goaltenders, who are more likely at risk to be injured in this area.
I mean, some kind of padding, they mean. Could be a lot of things.
It could be. That's why this is that's why this was further down the list.
I am going to go with a jock.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Trevor, would you like to try to steal?
Is this a goalie mask?
It is not. This is a neck guard.
A neck guard. Okay, sure.
Fair enough.
Trevor, would you like to pick a category?
Let's go hardware for number 2.
The award was renamed in 2010 after this player of the Detroit Red Wings.
This is the Ted Lindsay.
That's right.
Formerly the Lester B. Pearson.
Correct.
Oh.
All right. SJ, want to finish off hockey-related items?
Yes, I do.
These items were designed by Brian Heaton, the senior designer for a company, from 1972 to 1975, and were used in ice hockey, ringette, and broomball.
Senior designer for a company.
I had to redact the company name because it would have given it away.
Yes, I'm getting that impression. I don't know.
Trevor?
Is this a Zamboni?
It is not the Zamboni. These are Cooperalls.
Oh my god!
Well, I was never gonna get that.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, those are
You went
nightmare.
from like trivial to like impossible.
Yeah. It was harder to do with hockey-related items and everything else.
Okay, sure.
Trevor, pick a category.
Superstars.
During his 2-year major junior career with the Rimouski Oceanic, he earned many awards and led his club to the 2005 Memorial Cup final.
Sidney Crosby.
That is Sidney Crosby, correct.
Yeah, hey, there's a point from last week.
Sid. It's
Or
2 weeks ago.
Excuse me.
SJ, would you like to pick one?
What were the categories again? I've forgotten now.
Superstars, hardware, or tournaments?
Hardware.
After the end of the KHL regular season, 16 teams participate in the playoffs.
I don't know what they call their playoffs in the KHL. The
Well,
KHL
it's actually
playoffs?
it is the hardware
Oh, the
related to the
hardware.
KHL. But it's the hardware category.
Wait. Isn't it the Gagarin Cup?
It is the Gagarin Cup. Yes.
Yes.
Trevor,
Shout out to Yuri Gagarin. What's up?
it's your turn.
Oh, yeah. Tournaments.
The official world competition was first held in 1990, with 4 more championships held in the 90s.
No, the first one was 96. Oh, no. Huh. The Canada Cup was 87. Then it became the World Cup, but the World Cup was again 96. Started in 92, 94. No, it wouldn't be the Olympics. Oh, no. I have no idea.
SJ, would you like to steal?
Is this some kind of IIHF tournament, like World Championships, IIHF Men's World Championships? I don't know, something like that.
The first world competition was first held in 1990 at TD Place Arena in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Is the IIHF Women's World Championship.
I was close.
I have spoken about this multiple times, including literally last week.
Look. Fine. Okay.
SJ, pick a category.
Superstar.
He played in the National Hockey League for 12 seasons, the first 10 with the Boston Bruins, followed by 2 with the Chicago Blackhawks.
I should not have picked this category. What was I thinking? Foolish. Deeply foolish on my part. I have no idea.
Trevor?
Number 4, Bobby Orr.
That is correct. It is Robert Orr. All right, Trevor, pick a category. You might want to pick
hardware.
superstars to help SJ out a little bit, but, you know.
Well, that's
If you want hardware,
I
you can have
want hardware, so
hardware.
that way I can let SG have superstars.
It's kind of you.
Is anybody even keeping score?
I am.
Okay, fine.
This trophy has been awarded 70 times to 29 players since its introduction in the 1947-48 NHL season.
Oh, that few, huh? 70 years. So, gonna rule off the obvious one. It's not the Calder. Not the Conn Smythe. I don't think. It's probably just the Hart Memorial.
It is not. SJ, would you like to take a guess?
Can you read the question and read the sentence again?
The trophy has been awarded 70 times to 29 players since its introduction in the 1947-48 NHL season.
So very few players. I am going to say the Selkie.
It's not the Selkie. You're about 30 years too early for the Selkie.
Okay, well.
Norris.
This is the Art Ross. Yeah.
Oh, the RI.
Yeah, that tracks, huh?
Yeah, it does
All right.
track.
Yeah.
SJ, it's your category?
Trophies.
Sure. The WHL champion earns a berth into the Memorial Cup tournament, Canada's major junior hockey championship.
Oh, shoot. Is it the Scotty Monroe?
It is not. Do
Is
you
it
know
the
which one it is?
Is that's the Ed Chenoweth?
It is the Ed Chenoweth Cup.
See, I had a 50-50 shot there, and I guessed wrong.
50% chance at beat me. Trevor, what are you picking?
I'm going to go with tournaments.
The tournament usually attracts the top hockey players in this age category.
Is this the U20s, the World Juniors?
It is the World Juniors, yes.
Yeah.
All right, SJ? Still one left in hardware, 2 in tournaments, and 3 in superstars.
Okay, let's go with hardware.
The cup is made of sterling silver mounted on a base of Brazilian mahogany.
Okay. So it's a cup. The Calder Cup?
It is the Calder Cup.
Nice.
Yeah!
That was a good guess, too.
Yeah!
High five.
Yeah!
That's the one I put down. I was like, no one's getting that.
It's funny too because I was calculating through my head too. I'm like, it's probably the Calder Cup, huh? Yeah, pop off.
My thought process there was, it's a cup. It's got to be one of the trophies because it's on mahogany. And I remember that a lot of the trophies are not cups. So I picked the one with the word cup in the name.
Damn, their logic.
My initial thought was Memorial Cup, but I'm like, maybe it could be the Calder because that's kind of a cup. But then I settled on Calder.
All right.
The other Calder. So
Trevor.
Yeah. Superstars.
Sure. During his time with the Quebec Nordiques, he became a Canadian citizen.
Peter Stastny.
Yeah, it's Peter Stastny. All right. SJ, superstars or tournaments?
Tournaments.
It was sanctioned by the International Ice Hockey Federation, Hockey Canada, and the National Hockey League.
The Canada Cup?
It is the Canada Cup, yes.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking a lot about the Canada Cup very soon.
Superstars.
She was the captain of the U.S. women's hockey team that won a gold medal in the 1998 Winter Olympics.
Cammy Granado.
Is Cammy Granado, yes. SJ, do you want the last question on tournaments or the last question on superstars?
Tournaments.
The IIHF launched a tournament with the same name in 2008 to coincide with the IIHF's 100th anniversary.
The Centennial Tournament or something? I have no idea.
It's not. Trevor, do you know?
Sorry, just going to roll through. So the IIHF did a tournament of the same name, which implies that they weren't the one running it originally. So is this just going to be like the World Cup of Hockey?
It is not. This is the Champions Hockey League, which is for the champions of the Europeans leagues. It's their version of like the soccer one.
The soccer one. Yeah.
Oh,
Europa and the other one, Champions League. So superstars. Trevor, I think you get the last one.
I do.
She was the first player to play for the Canadian national under 18, under 22, and senior teams.
Oh boy, the first one to do all that?
Yep.
Okay, so I don't think I got a few names I can float to mind, but I'm gonna go with Haley Wickenheiser.
You are incorrect, SJ.
Well, in the spirit of guessing randomly, Poulin?
It's not Mary-Philippe Poulin. This is Natalie Spooner.
Really?
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Go Natalie.
Huh. That's actually later than I would have expected.
Yeah,
But
it is
cool,
actually.
nonetheless.
I think it's got something to do with like the U22 team. I don't even know if it still exists.
I don't think
So the scores are SJ 7, Trevor 11, but hopefully we all had a lot of fun, and I think SJ had the pull of the night with the Calder Cup.
Hey, you know what? SJ and I combined for the best convenience store out there.
There you
so
go.
We'll take it.
That's how you score things.
SJ looks confused.
Yeah, it's just not a very good joke. That's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I think we'll just leave it with that. So, folks, thanks so much. You've been listening to the Neutral Zone Hotel, which is written, hosted, and produced by the Neutral Zone Hotel crew. You can find us on neutralzonehotel.com/Discord to join our Discord. We're at Neutral Zone Hotel on YouTube and Bluesky. We'd love you to follow us. 5 stars, smash the like button, thumbs up. You know what to do with that. Let's help out. As always, we want to thank our friend Emily Mowbray for designing our fantastic logo. And, folks, we will Catch you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
I don't know why I bothered to cat clap. My backup recording's not even running.
It's in the spirit of things.
Yeah.
Everyone say goodbye to Craig.
Bye, Craig.
Bye, Craig.